NBC News. This is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
All right, Ann, thanks very much. You're looking at some tough weather down in Texas.
That's right. We've got tornado watches down.
Thanks, Al. It is 7:21. We'll be back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.
Still to come, Oscar knockoffs.
But first, these messages and your local news.
And we're back at 7:30 on a Monday morning, April 3rd in the year 2000. Kind of a dull morning here in the Northeast, even though we're enjoying spring-like temperatures. A little rain in the forecast. Al says he's going to kind of clear that up in the next couple of days, and then you should be back on better behavior.
Yeah, then we'll have volcanoes.
Fantastic. Something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
These are the people gathered outside Studio 1A in Rockefeller Center. We'll get outside and say hey to them in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, back inside the studio, I'm Matt Lauer, along with Katie Couric and Al Roker. And coming up in this half hour, the INS in the crossfire, but we're not talking about the Elian Gonzalez case. You're going to meet a young runner, maybe the best in this country, whose dreams of representing the United States in this year's Olympics are on the verge of going up in smoke. And according to some, the INS is to blame. We'll find out about that.
Matt will also update you on the progress of a little girl who turns 10 today. When her birth was announced, though, the news was greeted with criticism and threats. That's because she was conceived to try to save the life of her sister, who desperately needed a bone marrow transplant but couldn't find a donor who matched. Well, today the family has only joy and no regrets about their decision. We'll fill you in just a few moments.
Apparently a happy ending.
It's actually a really very moving story that we've covered all along here on the show. So
we're going to get to that in just a few minutes. 7:31. Let's head back to the news desk. Once again, here's Ann.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Good morning.
All right, did you watch any of that game?
No, I didn't, but UConn, they're awesome, aren't they? They've done, no, really, they're
they
a
are.
great women's basketball team.
They have a great program. We congratulate them. And, of course, the big game on the other side is tonight. Mr. Roker is outside, though.
He is?
With a look at the weather, Al.
Yes, I am, with lots of folks out here as spring break continues. Now, where's Jackson State, Mississippi? Jackson,
Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi? And are you guys here on spring break?
No.
No, what are you doing
We're
here?
here for a career fair
Uh-huh.
and to visit the New York Stock Exchange.
Oh, great. All right. All these folks here from Jackson State? Wow. All right. Well, have a nice visit, and say hello to Ron and Sana when you see them down there. All right, let's take a look, see what's happening as far as your weather's concerned. 61 degrees today, Salt Lake City. Look for sunshine even as far into the northwest. Seattle with temperatures in the low 60s. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. And some Florida Gator fans. This is nice. Me as a Gator, I like that. All right. That's what's going on now. Let's head back inside tonight.
All right, Al, thanks very much.
Coming up in our next... We're back at 8 o'clock on this Monday morning. It's the 3rd day of April, the year is 2000, and as usual, you're looking at all the bright and happy people who are gathered outside our studio on this Monday morning. It's a warm and humid spring day here in the Northeast, but we've got a great crowd, and as always, we appreciate that. It was amazing here on Friday. Wall-to-wall people, wasn't it?
That was a great concert.
Elton was
John
great.
was amazing.
He really was.
Was he?
Maybe Mr. Roker knows. He's outside with a look at the weather, Al.
Yes, it is, in fact, based on the Skull and Bones Club.
Right.
Yeah. Ooh. And down here we've got folks from Guam. Now, what's Hapaday?
Hapaday means hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
When I was in school, we always liked a Hapaday. Well, thank you for coming down. We appreciate it. Let's find out about your weather for this half hour. And here's a beauty here. Who is this?
Christian.
Christian. How old's Christian?
7 months.
Well, thanks for bringing him down. Thanks. I'm over here, Christian. Oh, but you're looking at Mommy. All right. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. The latest weather. Now let's head back inside the night.
All right, Al, thanks very much. The movie's called Black and White. We're back after these messages and your local news. 8:30 now on a Monday morning. It is the 3rd day of April in the year 2000. A nice warm morning in the Northeast. Temperatures up in the 60-degree range. And Little overcast skies. We're going to get some drizzle later today. Hopefully it's nice for your waking up this morning. And we've come outside to say hi to the nice people gathered outside Studio 1A in Rockefeller Center. We have a big crowd.
Yeah, for a Monday, it's a really nice crowd, isn't it?
Mondays have been pretty good lately, and of course the spring break thing is probably over now, so these are, although there are a lot of young people in this crowd, have you noticed?
Young people. Don't you feel old when you say that? There are a lot of young people.
I feel old anyway, it doesn't matter. Busy half hour coming up. You're going to be taking kind of a look back and forward at the Oscars.
That's right. There were a lot of fabulous looking dresses at this year's Academy Awards, but unfortunately they had price tags to match. But now we're going to show you how you can dress like a star without paying through the nose.
All right. Kenneth Branagh and Kevin Kline are here this morning. They're going to talk about their new starring roles in the film The Road to El Dorado. Of course, you don't actually see them in the movie, but you hear them. They play the buddy combination of Miguel and Tulia.
Supposed to be I can't wait to take the girls.
It's fun. It's fun to watch.
Anyway, before we get to that, it's time for a Check the Weather with Mr. Roker.
Well, thank you very much, Katie. And we got kids here from Helena, Montana, High School. You guys have a quick song? Yeah. Let's hear it. 1, 2, 3. And while the Capitol High School choir sings, we're going to move over here because I want to show you some of these cuties over here. Now, you had this is a picture of who? This one, Matt. And how old, what's your name?
Madison.
And who are you?
Sean.
Sean, and we've got, who's this here, Morgan? How old's Morgan?
5 months.
Well, thank you for bringing Morgan down. She is beautiful. And then we've got twins over here. We've got, I already know who this is. It's Alex because it says on his hat. And who's this, Ben? And how old are they? 6 months. And you guys are from Los Angeles?
I'm from here, but I'm living in L.A.
Oh, that's you. They're beautiful. Thanks.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, you haven't seen, oh, great. Fabulous. Let's take a look at your weather and show you what's happening. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. And really quickly, I hope our director, Joe Michaels, gets better. He's homesick. Get well, Joe. Now let's head over to Mr. Matt.
All right, Al, thanks very much. Coming up, knocking off the Oscars with Katie, but first, this is Today on NBC. This is Today on NBC.